Dan here, DD Speed Shop. So, what are we doing today? Oh yeah, working on this thing. I done forgot. We're gonna work on this unit and that unit a little bit. So, I took this thing to work today and actually did really well. There's not a whole lot of issues, but it needs a little bit of tuning, and I think I know what I want to do to figure it out. So we can do a little bit of this tuning, and then Danny's got to go to the big city to drop off some packages, t-shirt packages. So thanks for buying shirts, and if you want to check them out, what's your magic? DDSpeedShop.ca. There you have it, and it's hand packed and delivered, maybe in a Gasser. Actually, it's kind of a cool story. So what this thing has is it's small block Chevy, very simple. The only trick thing about it, I think I said in a previous video, was it has like a digital ignition box. So I think what it is, we're going to check the timing. But basically this thing is, you set the timing as if it's a locked out distributor. So let's say you set it at 30 degrees. The magic box inside you can then control, and you basically pull timing out of it. So if you're like, okay, I want 30 degrees of timing, they go, okay, great. Well, how much timing do you want at 1,000 RPM? Well, you could say I want 20 degrees. So then what it says is you're at 30, you would pull 10. So basically it's pulling timing is the way this works, and it just releases more and more timing out. So I had it set up where it was, I don't know what the timing was, but it was pulling 10 degrees, and then by 1500 or 2000 RPM it had full timing in, which is fine. And it also has an option for timing during retard during start, so it'll start easy. But now Danny's driving this thing, and the other thing I've learned with timing, how many more times can I say timing, is elevation makes a big difference in timing. So it needs more, but it's also when you drive this thing, and I mean when I drive it, I step into it, so it flashes through the converter and it's at 1500 RPM right away, so I don't even notice it. But Miss Delicate Danny here, that's how it rhymes there, she's real easy on the throttle, so as she's accelerating, this is how I interpret it the last couple of days of driving it. It's almost like it goes, but then you're not touching the gas anymore, but all of a sudden the car comes alive. And I think then you're like, oh, and you're timid about it, right? Because obviously what's happening is, there's a lot happening. It's a ton of Ram dual carburetors, there's a lot of linkage, it's a heavy pedal. There's a lot going on with your daily driver Gasser. But I'm thinking you're giving just a little bit of gas and all of a sudden it puts in 15 degrees of timing. Well, that changes everything and it feels different. Versus me, I'm just right on it. It's got like a 2800 stall and it's just it's going. So what I want to do is I actually took all the timing curb out of it, but now I want to put more initial timing in it. So I think we'll see whatever it is. We're going to add 4 degrees because that's the magic Calgary number. Add 4 from whatever Manitoba had. And then it'll have full timing all the time, which would be no big deal. And then it'll have start retard, so it'll start no problem. Even when it's hot, I was stuck in traffic, it was so hot today, and the thing did fine. So we're going to do that. So you want, are the keys in it? Did I leave them in it? Is everything in it? Yeah. Oh, perfect. Do you want to, let's just loosen the distributor, we'll come back, we'll fire it up, and we'll set the timing. Okay, fire it up. So now, because it's actually good for you, so I've been home for maybe a half hour, so it's going to be warmish. So ignition on. Oh yeah, you got to put in the short crotch mode. So hold the gas like just a little bit. Yeah, that's probably fine. And then go to crank it and fire it up. Now you can hold this. So it's running fast. I put a bunch more timing in it. So it's got 32 degrees of timing in it. We're gonna put 38. That might have been a big move. Yeah. Okay, you can kill it.
Oh, it's not a top?
Okay, so now, if you leave the ignition key on, oh, the switch has to be on, sorry. That's all that really matters on this setup. Forgot how I wire these things. So it had 32 degrees of timing in it, which is fine. So now this has, why does it say 7 there? I wonder if that means something. Maybe I should read the instructions. But anyways, what we're gonna do here is, where was it? So the retard curve. So we'll click on that. And what it was doing, so now you can pull timing. So if you want to pull 10 degrees out, you can do that, then it can come in. So it's basically the opposite of a vacuum advance. So we're gonna just take all of that right out. What is the accept button? Active, okay. Remove, yes. So now it's acting as a locked out distributor. I'll get back. So that's good. Now, so start retard, what do we have it at? I think this is where, so it's going to pull 10 degrees. So it has 38 in it, but it's going to be starting at 28 degrees. And the second it's running, which is probably after 500 RPM, it'll have full timing, I believe. The only thing I don't know now is why it says ignition timing 7. Hopefully it doesn't just add 7 or something like that. We'll have to look at that. But this thing has, it's got a rev limiter in it. It's got all sorts of things that it can kind of do. So it's a pretty cool little setup, very simple to use. This is an older Aces deal. But maybe we'll just read the instructions right quick. But now, it started, it ran, the idle picked up because obviously it had 32 degrees of timing, but it was at idle, it would only have whatever I pulled out, so like 22 degrees. So I took all that out, so at 32, now it has 38 degrees of timing at idle. So we'll have to pull some idle out of it, and it'll probably be very happy to drive now because it'll have way more timing. And timing, as we all know, fixes everything. I'm just going to Google it, make sure this 7 degrees isn't something, because that's how I interpreted it. And either what I said is correct or it's all wrong. But it's definitely one or the other. So, I don't understand what the display says. It says -7 degrees. I don't really know why. But let's make sure this thing isn't, the timing's not changing. So the distributor's locked out. It's got 38 degrees in it, no matter what we do. It's idling at about 1,000. See what it does in gear. This thing has got a bit of a too tight converter, but sounds good, eh? Might just put like a little bit more idle just to make it a little easier for you to drive. So this thing does run a little rich. It runs a little fast, but when Danny hops in this thing, it's a little easier to drive. So that's the reality of it. It's not perfect by any means, but today I am 25 kilometers to work. And then I did a bunch of driving around, and I got stuck on the highway, and I had to go to Lordco, so I probably put on 50, 60K, which is not a crazy number, but, you know, 30, 40 miles. Did good, did overheat. The fan is awesome.
Well, it's 30 degrees out today.
Yeah, so that's 85 or something like that, Fahrenheit, 88, something. It's warm, it was hot today. And car did good, just sitting in bumper to bumper traffic for, I mean, 20 minutes for sure. Just creeping along, And it was good. It actually was running too fast because I had cranked the timing without pulling any idle out. But now I think it's good for you to drive. Good enough anyways. I'll bring my screwdriver and we'll go to the store. So if we have to fix it, we have this. Are you going right now for a ride? Test her out?
Yeah, I gotta change out the Crocs though.
You can't drive a Gasser in Crocs?
It's easier in my cowboy boots.
Oh. Do a little tune up at the pharmacy while Danny drops some stuff off. My favorite thing to do is when she's walking over, is just rev it and be embarrassing. This car's cool. So, I raised the RPM a little bit. We gotta get gas on the way, way out. It's idling at 900. I like when I look at the microphone, it's just red.
Oh yeah.
It's idling at 950 RPM, which is a little high, but when you put it in gear, it drops down to 750, which is where it's, I think, happy to be. And easier to drive, a little more oil pressure, all that sort of stuff. So we put the timing in it, but also this thing, elevation, and we have 93 octane here, which back in Manitoba we only had 91 and it was more at sea level. So ultimately, it's the same tune-up. So let's get some gasoline. Oh, socks and sandals here.
Hey, I love socks and sandals myself.
So it seems a little happier now. You can stand, like I was just sitting on the brake there and it was fine in gear. So I'll drive this thing a couple more days to work. Put another, put a couple hundred miles on it easy. We can drive this weekend a bunch. There's that show tomorrow at the dockside. Go check out a few things. Maybe go to Langdon on Thursday for coffee.
Oh yeah.
But this thing now, really, all you gotta do is just double check the front end one more time. But it feels good. The steering feels way better, eh? Without that.
It feels really nice actually.
A little tight. That's better.
This is a part of like that's hard with hot rodding is you just want to get in and drive it, but it's all the fine tuning is what makes it really enjoyable.
And I'm not good at that. I'm like at 85% is good enough for me.
But you can handle that because you know better than I do. Where for me, because I don't know as much, I struggle. It's like, well, if I hear it dying, shift it into neutral, but I don't have that second nature like you do.
In my defense, if you're driving a 64 Chevy Gasser tunnel ram, you should know these things.
I'm getting better.
All right. 93 octane. Dan here. Everyone be on edge. Danny's a little fired up.
God.
I don't know what happened there. But
I'm not fired up at all.
the gas looks kind of gross, actually. So, magic fingers. We got the Chevy 2 working good. We did a little rev in there. What's in this? Can I drink it all?
Don't drink all my
Oh, it looks kind of gross.
Well, yeah, it's dirty.
It's dirty. It's dirty.
It's a little bit of coconut milk, Diet Coke, and French vanilla syrup.
Oh, wow.
And I have more syrups coming tomorrow.
You know what the problem is? So right now in real life, the Nova videos are coming out, and for every reason people are being nice to me in the comments about how skilled I am at my body work and all that. And now this garbage is going to come out and that dream is done. So we're going to play with this deal just a little bit.
Smells like gasoline.
It smells like old gas, unfortunately. This thing definitely, it doesn't smell good. It's very yellow. So anyway, we're going to take this carburetor off. So we played with it a little bit in the last video, and it does wicked burnouts, but it has a bit of a kind of off-idle stumble, unless you put it up against the brakes. And of course, John called to tell me everything I'd done wrong, which is the relationship we have. I give him money and he lets me know how wrong I am at things. It actually works out pretty well.
It's not dissimilar to our relationship.
I have a lot of relationships like that. But did Amazon show up too? Because I ordered a new coil.
Yeah, it's at the door.
So we're going to fix up a few things here, and actually we just did this on the Nomad. So here we are 2 days later. John gave me the same advice he gave me a few days ago, which is almost like I didn't listen or pay attention or any of those things. The thing probably has a little bit too much idle in it, and we have to adjust the transfer slots on this dealio and see if we can adjust the rear throttle blades. So I'm just going to take this carburetor off. I'll drain the fuel out of it. We'll flip it outside, put it on the workbench, and show you what I'm talking about. Hopefully we can fix it up pretty quick. This gasoline smells.
Oh gosh.
Okay, so here's what we want to do. The carburetor is upside down, so bear in mind this is the front and this is the back. So you can see here in the front we have this, John called it, this transfer slot is open too much. The rule of thumb is you kind of want it showing as much down as it is wide. So you want it to be kind of like a square. So if we take some idle out of it, you'll see the throttle blades start to close, right? Which, so we'll call it about there. Now what this thing did is when I first went to start it, he's like, do you try and start it? And it didn't want idle, he put a bunch of idle, and I'm like, yeah. He's like, yeah, that'll happen. So what's happening is there was too much showing in the transition, which was causing the bog. So now what we're gonna do is adjust this, which is gonna do the rear dealios, which can be a little harder to move, I guess. And this is gonna open up these rear blades. The same thing, there's gonna be a transfer slot there. See how we just started to get it to show? So now we have equal amounts front and back. So now we're probably even gonna have to take more idle out of the front even when we put it back together and fire it up. So now when we're tuning this thing, because, oh no, did I get you? You're not wearing, look how yellow that is. Ugh, we gotta put some fuel in this thing. But now you gotta think, when you're running this thing and you go to give it some gas, just the front blade's open right until you're at half throttle, then the rear is open. So this one's just letting it kind of, at idle is irrelevant. This is the one that you want to make sure you have a lot of that transfer slot and the pump jet, and then that'll help you, man, before you get onto the main jet. So obviously we were had that stutter going onto the main circuit, is my interpretation of this disaster. So we're going to start with that. Unfortunately, or fortunately, we're going to look at, it's a bit of a hassle to adjust these back ones. They do sell a kit, I think, which you can flip the screw on the top side maybe, but this would be a good starting point. Worst case, we got to take the carburetor off, but I'm thinking that's cool. So we'll slap this back together. And one of these has got a bunch of brake parts. I think I might just inspect the rear brakes because oh, I bet this hose is cracked. I'll have to change that. I got shoes, but I don't even think I ever even took the drums off this thing. I also, Lordco, I picked up the little check valve for the vacuum booster. So now this thing will actually have power brakes. How cool is that? This thing looks so junky, but it's actually gonna be pretty cool. So let's get the carburetor back on. Oh, and you can grab that coil so I can, oh, because I can, this is the coil wire and stuff off of one of those cars. Nomad. So I'll put that back together. And then tomorrow the bracket shows up for the power steering. I don't know what we're gonna do there, if we're gonna make something work out or whatever, but hopefully we can figure that out. Actually, I should just get a pulley puller, make something happen, but anyways, that's the plan for tonight. So I'll put this back together and we'll reset the idle and see if it's any better or not, but should be snappy. Then we can really do some burnouts. Maybe we'll do that before we go further. We can drive this thing on the road actually, it's got plates. Oh, you wanna go get those plates? And we need the license plate flapper. So weird having legal cars we can just drive. What a concept. All right, see if this old girl will start. It's gonna have no fuel in it. may want more rear transfer slot even. Let it warm up for a minute and see what it does. That big 7-blade fan, I can feel it. Shoot, it's gonna need more. It's a bit of a hassle. I don't think I can get to the underside because it's not an Allen key, it's a flathead. And it's Akko Taco to get to. Dang. I didn't really want to take this thing apart and do it all over again. Well, as I said, we'll just go ahead and do that all over again. But I'll do it on the car this time. I'm going to be lazy. Runs mint. Mint-ish. See if it feels any better. You want to close that door?
Yeah, and I gotta move the lock.
Oh, yeah. You want me to pull ahead then, or what?
Yeah.
Still like a little hesitation-y. We'll play with it. It's better for sure.
You look cool.
Really? Is it running real rich? Is that what that is? It's all exhaust? Maybe I should take some fuel out of it too. You wanna guide me in? Well, now it's running faster. Huh. On something. Oh. Still leaking gas for some reason too. It's running way faster now. That's weird. Oh, the oil pressure fitting is leaking. Something smoking on this side too. Oh, it might just, oh. I probably figure out why it's running bad is it's got one plug wire off of it. I feel like this is going to add a lot of horsepower. It's all coming back to me now. I took that off so I was going to put the dipstick tube in, and then I didn't. You know what? That is going to be hot though.
Maybe let's give it a minute.
Can we edit this out so I look cool? Okay, well let's put a ratchet strap on the battery because that's clearly.
That was like.
The amount of times a battery ends up in the motor for me is high. Okay, so we got a ratchet strap on there. We'll let that cool off. We'll put that plug wire back on. I bet that will have all sorts of extra power and whatnot.
Are you gonna have to take the carb off again to close it up a little?
No.
Okay.
I opened it up just a little bit more, and then I just started opening up the primary one. I was like, this is gonna be a problem for a different day.
Well, we'll come back when everything is together.
For the first or second time?
Yep.
I think it's better.
Yeah, you kicked up a bunch of gravel at me.
Sorry about that. I hit my funny bone and it's not that funny since the glass isn't all the way down. Okay. Well, this thing should be, it'll be burnouts easy now. That was just like at a roll and stopping on it. That's a 275 tire. All right, guide me in, or am I good? Okay, well, I've solved all the tuning problems. Oh my.
Walk with me. Oh no, you keep walking. You need a better view.
I think a lot of these will come off in the next rainstorm. Oh, that was a good one right there, eh? That's what I was coming this way. Did it smoke the tire a little bit?
Oh yeah.
Well, I think it's a pretty good little car there. I think it should be tons of fun. Okay, so, and it needs like proper gas and, owie.
What'd you do?
I hit the funny bone. It tingles. It was all fingers, now it's just down to 2. Okay, you think my ratchet strap held up, or are we? Oh yeah, safe. Okay, let's just go ahead and disable this car. We'll get under. I don't know why it's leaking gasoline though. Might have a crack in the line or something like that. Honestly, I probably should just run a new line all the way to it. Okay, let's get under it, or yeah, it smells like oil. So you gotta get that. Start putting it on the board. That's what we'll do. Turn the camera up, put the to-do on the board. I'll see if I can get the header tank so low, if I can get the rolling jack to the back. That might be a hassle. And then we'll pull the rear wheels. We'll check the rear brakes. The booster doesn't feel like it's doing nothing. I think it's broke, so that's a bummer. The brakes still feel hard, so it needs a booster. But this thing's gonna be kind of like a cool sleeper old man hot rod. Okay, so we kind of made a list. Oh, is it leaking from the front maybe?
It's right there.
Yeah, I thought it was leaking from the back, but it looks like it's leaking from there, eh? The tool must not be here. Okay, so we're kind of just going through and making a list of all the things it needs. So obviously alignment, we got to do the sway bar. This stuff has to be properly secured. We have on this side, there's the dipstick. We gotta put a dipstick in it, and it's leaking oil from something else up top. valve cover, I'm guessing. Gotta put a dipstick tube in it here. This is hot, so don't touch anything. Up in there, that kind of copper line, that's the oil pressure center, so obviously it's just not quite tight enough. So we gotta get that dialed together. The linkage, it's not happy for some reason. We have no vacuum to the transmission. We gotta get that taken care of. I might just run a new fuel line. I don't know. This one's actually not in too bad a shape. Intermediate cable, so we have the rear e-brake and we have the front here. So that's all in good shape, so that's cool. What else do we put on there? Fuel leak, oil sender, coil gotta do, battery tie down. Oh, the brake booster, I said that, I've heard it feels like there's nothing there. Power steering bracket comes tomorrow, vacuum line transmission. Intermediate cable, gas cap, lights and signals, you gotta check that. Oh yeah, tack weld, the 4-link. There's one of these bars, there's a bushing in there, and one of them, it kind of popped over, and I just was gonna put a tack weld on it just to hold it. So that'd be good. Gas lines all look decent. Tailpipes, I think everything's pretty good. It's funny, this is my car, and I feel like I have to go through it like I just bought it. And then alignment, obviously, which is gonna take some figuring. I gotta talk to Gare Bear and see what he recommends for getting this thing kind of set up. And shroud, we gotta put a shroud on. I'm not gonna do that till after I put the bracket on. Oh, the whole front end needs cotter pinned. Everything is just loose. But yeah, okay. Well, let's drop it down a little bit. We'll pull the rear wheels, we'll pull the drums, see where we're ending there. I think we're just gonna leave this as a tuning video. Yeah, you know, this is the reality of hot rods, where you get them on the road and it's not just all motor trend hunky-dory. You think it's all brand new stuff, and then you have a gas leak, you have an oil leak, you have a dipstick tube, you leave one plug wire off, you're playing with the carburetor, like all these things. I've done this a lot of times, not saying I'm good at it, I will fully admit, but I've kind of feel like I've taken apart my fair share of cars, and every time you put them together, or take them apart or whatever, there's always something, always something. I gotta give those guys props that'll put a car together and just drive them across the country, or say they do at least. But let's pull a drum off and see. Oh, I didn't look at that back brake line. We can see it real quick if it's badly cracked or not. If it's fine, I'm gonna leave it. Ugh, I'll have to lift it up. There's one rubber line. Well, we want to pull the wheel off, we can see it. What the? Son of a gun. Wow. Wow. Somebody really, This is why you double check things. Maybe we should put the socket on all the way. Well, that one was loose too. We had like 3 out of 5. Would have been good. Where is the line? I don't see it obvious. I mean, it clearly has back brakes. Oh, there it is. Definitely looks old. These just come up. Honestly. So the wheel cylinders are not leaking. There's still pad left. It's a little weak, but I mean, they work. E-brake cable is not seized. You can see it moving.
Yeah.
And doing its thing. So I'm going to say we're not going to touch that side. Let's see what the other side looks like. We might get away with doing nothing here. Save myself a whole video. Nice. There has to be a certain time where you just, not every car needs new everything, and that's where, I remember I was talking to Murr we were doing something, and I was just kind of putting stuff back together. He's like, why are you going to put this and that? And I was like, well, like this car, so it's a 71. If you brought this thing in 1977 for service, and they had to pull the valve covers off or whatever, they're not going to clean and sandblast and paint. It's just a car, and they're just going to put it back on the road like you would today. Not everything needs... Might need a hammer on this side. And I kind of think that's what this is. This is just a car. Other than the motor and transmission, it's relatively low buck. I think we're $3,500 into the car, set of wheels and tires. I mean, we did suspension, obviously, but that was... I don't think we spent anything on restoration on this, did we? Well, this is...
Definitely body work.
What's that?
Definitely didn't spend it on the body work.
This may need... I feel like the spin's easy. I don't know what's caught on there. I feel like I should put some safety glasses on. Start wheeling on this. Might be caught on the center register. Okay, let's get some tools. I'm gonna heat up this center because I feel like it's hot. And look, I got a new cart for the torches. Put it together and used it to walk over and help the neighbors out. They needed some torching, and we got jam in return. Homemade jam.
They're the greatest jam we've ever had.
Yeah, it's very good. They've created a monster now. So the fact that it spins easy, doesn't want to come off, makes me think it's stuck either on this center register here or around the stud. The other side came off real easy, and it spins and I don't hear it dragging. So sometimes you can do this and you actually hear it pop when it releases, but we'll see. Could just keep kind of wailing with a hammer, but I don't want to chip a drum for no reason if these are still in decent shape. A little bit of heat, let's see if that makes a difference. Oh, it's on there. And like the whole axle moves. Okay, well I guess I'm just going to heat this up a bunch. It's got to be stuck on something. Maybe we got a twisted stud or something like that, but it all went together pretty easy. Wow. Alright, well I'll just continue heating and we'll see where we end up.
I'll change the battery.
Sweet. You missed it. I put on the rosebud and hear a ka-chunk.
Oh man.
And then it came off. Don't touch that.
I can feel it.
Yeah, it's this side. Yeah, e-brake. The cable is free. So honestly, everything on this is just fine. Other we just gotta take a look. Maybe we'll lift it up and look at that brake line, see if we're gonna change that or not. And then we'll know exactly what we gotta do. This thing's fine. I wonder why this car stopped being on the road, because it was rusty, but it wasn't rusty. The motor and transmission are in your truck, which you've been driving lots. It doesn't smoke, good oil pressure, so that's fine. It had something on the front end was whooped. The tie rod was crooked or something, so it steered bad. I mean, it was either towed out of the bush or something with a tow truck all wrong. Honestly, this hose doesn't even have any cracks in it that I can see. Yeah, like, it's fine. I would pass that in inspection all day long. We might redo these back brake lines. They're a little corroded, but honestly, I mean, This thing's mint. Okay, so we'll put the rear end back together. I'll just hose down some brake fluid. I might sneak in just a little bit of never sees just cuz. But this thing is like, it's ready to rock and roll. Yeah, it's weird. I wonder why it was removed from service.
Cute little light. DDSpeechUp.ca.
Is that how we're ending this thing? With a shameless plug?
Oh, it's not shameless.
Okay.
No, it is shameless.
So lights, miscellaneous stuff, like I thought this would be a lot bigger project. It's gonna be like 3-4 videos and we're already doing burnouts. This thing is gonna be a street bruiser. Power steering is the only thing I'm a little worried about because everything I have, that might be like a metric deal. I don't know what the other one is. Maybe I can make one or two. And then that bracket, I ordered a bracket for a long water pump, big block Chevy. Hopefully this is a long water pump. I didn't even think. Yeah, it is. Okay. Oh, and the transmission cooler. I don't think anybody installed that properly. But this thing's like a long weekend away from being a ripper.
And it is a long weekend.
Well, today's Monday.
Yeah.
In a week from now, it's a long weekend. I'll probably have it done by the long weekend. We can go doing burnouts. This thing is gonna be a troublemaker. Like it's gonna just, I'm gonna blaze so many tires in this thing. I was talking to John, he thinks it makes, the other motor they did 550, 550. So, cool little mill. Anyways, thanks for watching. Sorry about all the talking, but this is the reality of hot rodding. Tuning 2 different cars. I drove that one to work. I'm gonna take it again tomorrow, see if it's any better, which, did you say it drove it and it was better though, right?
Yes, no, I don't know if we got it on film, but
the tip in is much better, it's much happier. I adjusted the idle, so it's running about 1,000 RPM, but 750, 800 in gear.
It's much easier to go from a stop to going.
The tip in, the transition is much nicer, so it's easier to drive. The front end is rock solid. So I still put a few more miles on that thing. And I think I'll be driving this thing by next week. I don't know if I said it, I want to tint the heck out of the windows in this thing.
I actually think that'll look very cool.
Just black the windows right out. But yeah.
We should just, because it's a long weekend, we should just go and get a bunch of flat black paint, take all the trim off, and let's just bomb it.
I kind of like this green. You don't like it green? I think we have to do...
Green's fine, but you just said you wanted it black, so I just feel like that'd be cool.
I kind of feel like that's a winter project.
Oh.
So I kind of want to drive this thing a little bit. I'm going to drive this thing in the winter. I'm going to drive a big block Monte Carlo in the wintertime. Okay, thanks for watching. Check out all the links and merch and all that in the basement there, and see you in the next video.